Well, hello everyone. I'm Ivan Francis Orozco and I have an important announcement to make. So, first off, I received an announcement from Facebook to go to this site, NOI.ph. Okay, so actually, this is the National Olympiad on Informatics, the Philippine leg. So, actually, they say that it's the first, but there have been several tries for Philippine contingency to join in the International Olympiad on Informatics. As far as I know, it goes way back to 1999, but hopefully this now it would push through. So actually, the competition is today is the 25th of June 2014. The competition is uh, will be held on June 28th, exactly 1 p.m. So the purpose of this video is to give you an overview of the competition as well as solving some of the problems. Okay. Um, okay. So first, when you browse the site, it gives us a link on where to practice. Okay. Actually, it redirects you to. Oh, they've changed the link. Anyway, here. Actually, during this time of the recording, the contents of the website changed. So good thing I've saved the previous link for their problem set. So just go to Hacker Rank. So the name of the contest is NOI-PH-practice. Okay, so that's NOI National Olympiad in Informatics PH practice. Okay, so we'll try a couple of problems. Actually, in their old site, they've also provided a link in which you could download their PDF. So their problem set consists of 6 problems, and hopefully, by the end of the video, we'll be solving 3 of them. Okay, so the first problem is who is the oldest. Okay. Actually, this is quite trivial. So we're just given three integers in which these are the ages of Alvin, Berto, and Carlo, and hopefully that's in years. Okay. So the goal here is to output which is the eldest of the three, Alvin, Berto, or Carlo. So the inputs are in the order of Alvin, Berto, and Carlos' age respectively. Okay, so our constraint is pretty much simple. We just have to input an integer from 1 to 100. Okay, so actually in the problem set, okay, for the first problem, the creators of the competition has been kind to us. They gave us the solutions for C++, C, and Java. So in this case, for the 3 problems, I'll be using the Java programming language. Okay, so let's start. So the conventions for this video will be using prog01, prog02, and prog03 as our project. Okay, and as stated in the actually, as far as I know, as stated in the rules of HackerRank, whenever you use Java, your class name should be solution. Okay. So if we introduce a class file, it has to be entitled solution. Okay, so okay. So whenever we use Java, the creators of the competition suggested that we use the class scanner. Okay, actually there are various ways in which you would input a uh, or get input from the keyboard. In C and C++, it's rather simple. You just have to use scanf or in C++. But in this case, they suggested to use scanner. So we'll be having three variables, A, B, and C. Okay, and then just use the methods next, and depending on the data type of your variable, and then or for which case it's an integer, let's have it next. So in their solution, they didn't close the scanner, but I want to be safe in this case, so just have to call close. Okay. Actually, it has an error. Is it correct? No. Okay, I'm missing something. I haven't programmed in Java for a very long time, so I haven't done console apps for a very long time, so just have to use a main function. Okay. 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 So the problem is pretty much trivial. So, and it also says here in the problem statement that none of them have the same age. So there is no case that either A, B, or C are of equal values. So, have the same age. Okay. So we just create the expression if A is greater than B and C. Okay, this goes for Alvin. And then else if B is greater than C, we have to output Berto. And then have Carlo. Okay, so solution is pretty much straightforward. So actually, whenever you go to HackerRank, it prompts you to create a new account. So it's pretty much friendly. It's pretty much user friendly rather, wherein you could link your Facebook account and just create an account. So whenever you pick a contest and select a problem set, so just select a problem here. The interface is pretty much good. So we're programming in Java. Whoa. Actually, I've solved it during the last few tries, but let's solve it again. Okay, so just pretty much copy and paste, okay, from your IDE or Notepad. It provides a very nice facility for us to compile, run, and test our program. So their test cases, okay, the corresponding input and output has been already done for us. It's quite more convenient than some other um, programming competition tools, I've used the Valladolid Online Judge and Top Coder, but for me, it's really rather convenient to use HackerRank. Okay, so okay, we've passed our test case. So um, ac- actually, when you're competing, okay, you have test cases from the problem set, and the judges have their own test cases, different from that of the problem set. So if you click submit code, they will run a bunch of um, test cases. Okay, so let's just wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so in this example, the problem set has two test cases. Okay, okay, so this is our run, right? So if we click view results, um, it says here that um, the site ran 30 test cases, and all of which is a success. So in order for you to get a point for this problem set, you have to pass all of the judges test cases. Okay, so that's the goal of the competition. Okay, next we have the second problem. Okay, okay, this is a solution in C and C++. Okay, that's in Java, right? Okay, the next one is entitled the playground fights. So um, to make this thing simple, we just have three inputs in an integer and two strings. Okay, and the the integer has a range of 1 to 100,000, and there are two words of length n, which is your first input. So the goal here is to print, okay, the number of okay, there are two words, so there are corresponding letters for each word. You just have to count the number of different corresponding letters. So in this case, okay, let's have sample input 1. So we have two letter words. So as you would notice, in position 2, B and Z are different letters. So we just have to count it. So that's 1. For sample input 2, we have two 10-letter words. So position C, okay, so that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are different. So that's 6 letters difference. The problem is just straightforward. So we'll just have a new program. 502. Then don't forget, if you're using Java, use solution um, as your class name. Okay, so we have three inputs: an integer, okay, okay, and a string. So for a string, it should be next. Okay, you have to use the next method. Okay, so oh, I really forget. I always forget this method. Uh, oh, so although I haven't used C in so many years, okay, um, if I'm in algorithm competitions mode, I forgot the main method. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so let's introduce another variable, res, which defines the number of different characters in the word. So next, we iterate the word. So we have another variable, cdr, which iterates from the first letter of position 0 to the last letter, position n minus 1. Okay. So actually, in C sharp, I program in C sharp. It's pretty much convenient than Java because I could define a string to be of lowercase. In Java, since classes are strictly in uppercase letters, so you have to use that. And then in C sharp and in C, you could use this. In Java, no, it has to be a method. Okay, it has to be what? Correct. Oh, I'm sorry. It's S1. You could you use this? Nope. It has to be that carats. Okay. If the two characters are not equal, okay, so yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Increase the result and then print it out. Let's run it first. So we have to easy. I'm sorry. Forgot the variable. Run it again. Okay, so it has one. So let's copy this one. To go back to the problem set, just click on the challenges link. Okay. So okay. So we compile and test it in the website. So it shows us that the case is passed. Let's submit. Okay. So this time, how many test cases are there for the judge? Okay, so on the judge's side, they have 22 test cases, and all of which pass. So that's 2 points. Okay, 2 out of 6 problems have been solved. So as you would notice, the problems are quite trivial, but if you take a look at the other problems, it is much more challenging. So for this problem set, we have 2 easy problems, 3 moderate problems, and 1 difficult problem. So okay. So the next problem is called extreme triangle. So for the extreme triangle, we have uh, rather an extensive input. So for the first line, we have a number n, which is which has the range from 3 to 100. Okay, and then for the next n lines, okay, we have a pair of inputs x and y, wherein x and y denotes the position of a point. So the goal of this problem is that given endpoints, you have to find the largest triangle. Okay, so the largest in terms of area. Okay? So the clue is you have to find the area. Okay, and then multiply that by 2. So the output format, okay, um, requires us to input twice the area of extreme triangle. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so another thing to note that for the input, No subset of three dots of the given points will be collinear, and all of the dots will have distinct coordinates. So this ensures us that all of the three dots for all of the three dots that exist in the input, they would have an area which is greater than 0. They are not collinear, okay? So, and they're not, and it follows that they are not coinciding. They are not equal in x and y's. Okay, so let's solve that. Okay, let's have a new project. 03. Add a class which is solution. Okay, so okay, next we just copy. Okay, so take note, this is a time competition, so every bit of cut and paste helps. So if you it would be to your advantage if you have a template wherein, yan, uh, if you have a snippet wherein you could input the set of inputs and modify them in a rather minimal fashion, that would be great. Okay, so let's have let's just take a note that no subset of the three dots of the given dots will be collinear. Okay, so next we have our inputs. So first line is an n. Okay, and then n would be greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so which prompts us that we have to use a for loop, okay, iterating from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and then next we have to input x and y, which are both integers as well. Okay, x and y. Okay, we must have a system to store them, so just use an array. Okay, of length n. And alright, and then close the scanner. Okay, so that we are finished in the section wherein we take an input. Okay, so next, how do we solve this? So actually, okay, so uh, search on Google for area of a triangle given 3 points. Okay, so I've stumbled in Stack Exchange, okay, which is which has a formula that is given to us. So first I tried the shoelace formula, but I haven't read and understand the formula uh, fully well. I'm having trouble finding where my bug is, so I would settle for the second best answer, which is this one. So uh, the formula for the area of a triangle given 3 points x1, y1 to x3, y3 is just the absolute value of 1/2 of, actually these are a sum of products, so the product of x1 and y2 minus y3 plus x2 times y3 minus y1 plus x3 times y1 minus y2. So x1, x2, x3. So uh, so since this is x1, we just get the difference of y2 and y3. For 2, this is reversed. we have the difference of y3 and y1. Then x3, okay, it's increasing. Okay, so decreasing, increasing, decreasing, increasing. It's the mnemonic for that. And then we are to output twice the area, so the one have just cancelled. So it's just the absolute value of yeah, this this sum of products. Okay. Okay. If you want, we can have a function here. So we call twice area. Okay. So we're in our parameters are x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3. Okay. Okay. There. Okay. Okay. So next, we have the return mark. X1 times y2 minus y3. Okay. Okay, so we have x1, x2, and x3. Okay. So this is x2, so we have 3 and 1. Okay, so descending and then ascending 1 and 2. Okay. And then we have to get their absolute value. So we have math dot abs. Okay. So okay, we have a function for getting the area, twice the area of 3 points. So how do we use that? Okay, so take note that we'll be iterating the array 3 times. So we'll just have a very naive algorithm for that. So let's say we have, for illustration purposes, so for the let's say we have 10 points. So we iterate from for the first point, point 1, we iterate from 1 to 10. Okay, from point 2, we just iterate an index, okay, that is greater than point 1. Okay, so let's say point 1, assuming the point 1 has a value of 1. So we iterate from 2 up to 10. Okay, next is point 3. Okay, so point 1 has a value of 1, point 2 has a value of 2, and point 3 has a value of 1 greater than the index of point 2, which is 3, 10. So that's the strategy. Yes, I know it's not that efficient, but let's try. Okay, so we have 3 for loops. So first we have ctr1, counter 1, okay, from 0 to n, minus 2, not n, because we have 3 points. Okay, point 2 is 1 index greater than point 1, and point 3 is 1 index than point 2. So we could have n, okay, for the value of point 3, n minus 1 for point 2, and n minus 2 for point 1. So that's the other one. Okay, let's be careful in our variables. Okay, next we have ctr2, which is, we iterate it 1 greater than point 1. ctr2 is less than n minus 1 this time. Okay, so plus ctr2. Okay, and lastly we have ctr3. Okay, ctr2 plus 1. Okay, ctr3 is less than n plus ctr3. Okay, so next we have int area. Okay, so we define two variables here. So we first is the result. Okay, we are finding the largest area, so we have to define our result to be the least of our values. So we have integer that mean value. It gets the lowest of all of the integer values in that data type. So next, we assign an area, which is a function called the twice area of x of ctr1. So in effect, this is just x1 y1. Okay, x2 y2 and x3 y3. Okay, next we compare the area to our result. Okay, if the area is greater than the previous result, we have result equal to area, and then we output the result. So that's how you naively program an algorithm that computes for the largest area given a set of points. Okay, so let's run. So we have 3, 0, 0, 2, 4, and 3. Okay, so that's 8. Okay, for the second one, let's have a value greater than 3. So we have 1, 3, negative 4, 8, 5, 5. 1, 3, 4, 8, negative 5, 5. Oh, okay, I forgot the third one. But it doesn't matter because order doesn't matter because they are not collinear. So it displays 138. Okay, seems fine. So we just go ahead and submit this. Okay. Okay, so let's compile, run, and test. Okay, so for the three test cases, okay, has a success. Okay. It also succeeded for the one with the 10-point input. Okay, so let's submit it. Okay, and see what are or how many of the judges' test cases are there. Okay, okay, so okay, our program ran for the judges 19 test cases, so all of them are success, so we got up a point for that. So this concludes our video for the practice problem set for the National Olympiad in Informatics. So for the next video, actually a week before the actual competition, which is last June 21, the National Olympiad on Informatics released another problem set. This time, this is a timed problem set. So as far as I know, the competition goes. I'll, I'll just check. Okay. When's the competition? Okay, okay. It says here in the title that the competition is good for 5 hours. So last week they have a mock competition, okay, which is also in hacker rank. Okay, so the one that we solved earlier is entitled NOI-PH-practice, but this time it is NOI-PH-mock. So it is a problem set. So expect that in the competition. So you have 5 hours to solve 6 problems using any of the languages C, C++, and Java. For Java, you have a requirement that your class file should be solution. So that's all for now. So I guess see you in the other video. So again, this is Francis. Thank you for watching.